Andrew Scheer narrowly escapes being expelled from the House after a fiery question period, but 3 other Conservatives weren't so lucky. Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. I hope you're having a great day. Today in question period, and yes, I will be hopefully posting this on the same day as question period that I'm referring to. Normally it's a day late, but today in question period, 3 Conservatives were expelled from the House after a fiery exchange, and the Speaker almost expelled Andrew Scheer as well. So let's go to the House and have a look at what happened.
The Honourable Member from Calgary Nose Hill.
Today, Cree lawyer Leah Ballantyne, who is a survivor of the 60 scoop, was quoted as saying, "Identity fraud is fraud. I think someone who has taken an oath of office to represent people in a level of government has an ethical duty to be honest with all constituents and all people in Canada, in which case the Minister of Employment has not done." She's right. That Liberal minister falsely claimed Indigenous identity. His company received government contracts using that stolen identity, apparently while consorting with cocaine dealers, and all while he was a sitting Minister of the Crown. What kind of a message is the government sending by allowing him to sit in cabinet? As Jody Wilson-Raybould said today, the Prime Minister is making a mockery of reconciliation and is enabling, quote, white people playing ancestry wheel of fortune. That fraudulent minister must resign, or the Prime Minister must fire him.
I was listening very attentively to the Honourable Member's statement, and for most of the statement it was within the bounds. The last sentence, by impugning a member directly, is not permitted in this place. I'm going to ask the Honourable Member just to withdraw that word so that we can move on.
Mr. Speaker, I was quoting a Cree lawyer who called the minister a fraud. He is a fraud, and I don't withdraw.
I'm going to invite the Honourable Member to reflect on this. I see that she doesn't have questions coming up, and I will come back to the Honourable Member immediately following question period so that we can start this on time.
That exchange happened during the statements by members, which occurs just prior to question period. Now, he did not rule on it at that time because Michelle Rempel was not on the list to ask questions during question period, so he ruled on it after question period. So let's jump to the end and see what happened.
Earlier, you issued an admonishment stemming from a quote in the National Post from a Cree lawyer who noted that the Minister of Employment committed identity fraud when he falsely claimed Indigenous heritage. The minister's company falsely claimed Indigenous ownership and subsequently received government contracts. What word would you suggest Indigenous persons use to describe the minister?
I'm not certain if that's a point of order. The point of order which I was going to be coming to the Honourable Member of Calgary Nose Hill was that she had used the term, which is not appropriate in this place, to call another honourable member a fraudulent. As it happened during question period, another honourable member did the same thing and withdrew the comment. I invite the honourable member from Calgary Nose Hill to please simply withdraw the use of that word in reference to a specific member of Parliament and a colleague of all of ours.
As recorded in the Hansard on February 9th, 2023, the member from Mirabel referred to the Prime Minister as a fraud. No admonishment was issued. Why are you admonishing me today?
This is not a debate. I'm asking the honourable member if she would please please withdraw the simple comment on the use of that word in reference to another honourable member.
Mr. Speaker, I was quoting an Indigenous person as it pertained to identity fraud by the Minister.
One last time, I'm going to ask the honourable member if she would please withdraw the use of that word in reference to a particular member. I do not see the honourable member rising. Ms. Rempel Garner, I have to name you for disregarding the authority of the chair. Pursuant to the authority granted to me by Standing Order 11, I order you now to withdraw from the House from any participation by video conference or by electronic voting system for the remainder of this day's sitting.
So as you can see, Michelle claimed that she was just quoting another person. And that's debatable, but regardless, let's just take her at her word for that. The Speaker later ruled that a quote is not justification, that they could use other means to refer to a person within the House. He used it in a slightly different context, but she got expelled because she called Randy a fraud. And we all know Randy is a fraud. However, you're not allowed to say that in Parliament. So who else got expelled? Well, Michael Barrett was expelled as well. So let's go and see what led to his expulsion from the House.
I wish to return to a point of order raised yesterday concerning language that was alleged to be used by the member for Leeds Grenville, Thousand Islands and Rideau Lakes. While the comment doesn't apply in yesterday's debates, the member seemed to acknowledge having made the remark in response to his point of order. Again, it is possible to ask pointed questions and to criticize the government's actions without resorting to personal insults. I would then therefore ask the honourable member from Leeds Grenville, Thousand Islands and Rideau Lakes to please withdraw that comment.
So what was that comment? I think it's worthwhile putting it in here from yesterday's question period. It was in my earlier video from this morning, but let's just recap and see exactly what he said.
I see that the Honourable Minister is rising on a point of order. The Honourable Minister for International Development.
The Honourable Member from Leeds Grenville, Thousand Islands and Rideau Lakes, at the conclusion of asking his question, as he was sitting down, called the Minister of Employment and Workforce Development Cocaine Randy. That is extremely unparliamentary, and I ask you, Mr. Speaker, to ask him to withdraw that remark. Thank you very much.
I see that the member from Leeds Grenville, Thousand Islands and Rideau Lakes is rising in response to this point of order.
Speaker, I'm sure that I was referring to the other Randy as Cocaine Randy.
So, of course, that's in response to Randy Boissonneau claiming not to be the Randy who is responsible for text messages with his ex-partner. And then it is kind of blowing up into this whole thing about there being multiple Randys. So Michael Barrett is making a joke there and deciding not to withdraw his comment. And at the time, it was left at that until today.
The Honourable Member.
Speaker, the Minister for Employment has said there's more than one Randy, and I maintain that that I was referring to the other Randy as Cocaine Randy.
The whole lead up to that point would not lend credence to that, and the chair interpreted it as being referenced to a particular member. Out of respect to this chair, and by extension to all members of this House, I'm going to ask the Honourable Member from Leeds Grenville to please withdraw that comment.
Now, of course, Michael Barrett did not withdraw his comment, and this is what happened.
Mr. Barrett, I have to name you for disregarding the authority of the chair. Pursuant to the authority granted to me under Standing Order 11, I order you to withdraw from the House and from any participation by video conference or by electronic voting systems for the remainder of this day's sitting.
Shall we make it a hat trick? Member of Parliament Rick Perkins from Nova Scotia was also expelled from the House today. Let's see what happened there.
The Radical Environment Minister continues to hold financial interest in Cycle Capital, which benefited the most from the billion-dollar Liberal Green slush fund. And today, once again, the Liberals are refusing to produce the uncensored documents for the House and the RCMP on the slush fund. The Liberal cover-up, the obstruction of justice, has been going on for 6 months. Wow. When will the Prime Minister come clean? Send the uncensored documents to the RCMP, and including everything that this corrupt environment minister is involved in.
This is not going to be a surprise to members. I'm going to ask the Honourable Member from South St. Margaret's to remove that word, which he knows, into talking about the Honourable Minister. And I'm going to ask the Honourable Member to simply withdraw those words.
I'll withdraw those words that stuffed his pockets with.
I'm going to ask the Honourable Member just to simply withdraw the words, and we will move on.
He stuffed his pockets with the money. I'm sorry, he's not corrupt. He stuffed his pockets.
Well, that sounds like a withdrawal to me, although I don't think the speaker took it that way. Let's see what happened after question period.
So I'm going to ask the honourable member from South Shore St. Margaret's, who earlier today had used the word corrupt in regarding to a particular member. I'd ask the member if he would please withdraw that comment and rephrase his question. He partially did that, and I would like to invite the honourable member if he would just make a simple withdrawal of that comment so that we can proceed with the rest of the day.
I rephrased my question. Can I ask him again?
I ask the honourable member if he would please stand in this place to rephrase the question, just withdraw the word so that we can move on and continue with the day thing. I'll ask the honourable member from South Shore St. Margaret's if he would do so. Mr. Perkins, I have to name you for disregarding the authority of the chair. Pursuant to the authority granted to me by Standing Order 11, I order you to withdraw from the House and from any participation by video conference or by electronic voting system for the remainder of this day's sitting.
Well, I don't know about you, but I think that Greg Fergus stepped out of line here today. Now, he did give the members opportunities to withdraw their comments. And in the first two, you could almost argue that he was justified. But in the last one, Rick Perkins, he absolutely withdrew his comment during question period. And he's asked to do it again a second time. That's kind of ridiculous. Let me know what you think in the comments, but I think that Greg Fergus has overstepped his boundaries here. But that's just my opinion. I'd love to know what you think. Put your comments down below. And while you're at it, please like this video, share with your friends and on social media. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and hit that bell notification so you never miss another video. I also invite you to join me on Thursday evenings at 6 p.m. Pacific time for my live stream where you can join in on the conversation. Also, if you wish to get your Canadian firearms license, also known as a PAL, you do require a course. And I teach those courses. So if you would like to take a course from me and you reside on Vancouver Island, there are links in the description of this video to my website where you can sign up to take one of those courses. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.